Hi, this is Mark with Right Line Trading. Today is 5/6, 2015, and we had a great day in the market today. Um, Monday and Tuesday we had fairly big drawdowns. Uh, we took some significant losses, and really the main reason was adjusting these quant lines. This quant analysis indicator is really quite difficult. I mean, it's working on 5 markets. They're all at different speeds, and it was very hard. Looking at it in a static market, which I did over the weekend, it just looked perfect. But then when we traded it live on Monday, it was all the markets. Some of the market components were trading too quickly. We had the speeds too fast, and we slowed them down, and they were just really out of sync on Mondays and Tuesdays. And when we add an indicator this complex into our trading equation from now on, we're going to roll our trading room into sim, and we're going to watch it in a live market. It was just too difficult, and it really threw my rhythm off. So we had a fairly big drawdown, which you'll see on our sheet. But today we had it in sync, and it's really helpful. It definitely gives us an edge, and provides us with a significant benefit on trading. Just hang on one second here. My phone's going to ring, and then I'm going to let it stop. Sorry about that. Now, we started trading right here at around 8:20, 8:15. You can see that the COMEX opens at 8:20, and that's when volume starts to move on gold. Now, the quant line's yellow, and that tells us that the quantitative analysis of multiple correlative markets, they're not lining up. They're not moving against gold, but they're not moving with it either. So taking a long trade here, it just makes it a little riskier. So you can see that the market really is in chop. Now, this was a potential short trade, which is very, very risky without the quant, no bias, right here. And so I stayed away. Then we had this trade. Move down, up, then the continuation short. Now this went 12 ticks. Now the quant line was not moving with us, but it was such a perfect structural trade that it's worthwhile. Now, as long as the quant line isn't moving against you, if the trade is just a perfect structural trade, you can take it. But you have to understand that the associated risk with the trade is just greater. And you can see we took a lot of heat on the trade. It came 1 tick away from giving us a close on an up close. 1 tick would have closed this candle up and stopped us out. So it was a much more dangerous trade that worked. Then as we moved sideways, there was nothing else to trade on gold. So we had one winner. Now we remove bonds. Bonds has just been extremely difficult to trade. Somebody in the room today made $500 on it, trading it on their own. But now this is the ES. The ES quant lines are absolutely superlative now. Superlative. Now the upper line is really the most powerful. And this is the way we recalibrated it. You really don't want to trade against that upper line. Now this was a short trade right here where you had the upper quant line green and the lower quant line red. It went red, red right here, which is unusual. And it just shows that at the market open, there's a lot of market movement. Because when you have 5 markets shifting in direction, rarely does it go from green to red. You'll see normally it goes from red to neutral and from green to neutral. Rarely does it shift back and forth. But this was a potential short right here at 940. I believe that we were on another trade on the Russell at the time. But you can see that this is a terrific trade. The move down, the retracement, dual quant line confirmation, and down you go. Now our distance from the modified 15 here was a little bit big. It's 2 points. That's a little far. But with dual quant line confirmation right here, that's a trade that you might consider taking, although it is a little bit risky because you're a long ways off resistance. Now, it just so happened that we just could not get a trade on, and this is another long, again, the dual quant line confirmation. The problem was, again, we were way, way off support. It's just a hanging entry. Here's 5 ticks. And the fact that we didn't have background bias showed that we had support to break to the upside. But when you get dual quant lines and you're trend trading, it's really, it's now become a very, very potent signal, especially on the ES. The quant markets that we analyze on the ES are very, very good. And that was it. So we didn't get any trades on the ES. On crude, and today was crude inventory day, we started trading right around here. We had this winner, move to the upside, pull back, quant line with us, background bias with us, the move up for 9 ticks. I didn't take this short. This is a great structural trade. Was just a little bit concerned about unbroken support to the downside and the fact I didn't have the quant line with me. Now this move to the upside was impossible. Modified 15 was yellow. And now we're moved into crude inventory. And the market, you can see on huge volume, just made all of these crazy moves. Now, this was a short I didn't want to take. It was still only 3 minutes outside of crude inventory. And we did not have quant verification. Here we did, but I just felt it was too close to crude inventory. Maybe I was being a little too cautious, but that's just the way I played it. And then crude just went way oversold when we couldn't grab any more trades. So we only had one winner. We had a winner on gold. We had a winner on crude, small winner. And then the Russell, we wound up with a lot of trades. Now we brought the Russell back because volume has really picked up appreciably on it. And in fact, it crosses more contracts during the trading time during our trading time than gold does. And market opened right here. And this was a risky trade, even though I had dual quant line confirmation. The retracement, there was support to the downside that needed to be broken because I did not have bias, and it held up. It ticked us out by 2 ticks, but that dual quant line is still extremely potent, and ultimately the market just took this huge move to the downside. It just ticked us out by a couple of ticks. If we would have had a 12 or 13 tick stop, we would have been in for this ride all the way. And then we had this nice retracement, the move down, the up, and continuation to the downside. And this had the lower quant line. It's good, not as powerful as the upper. You'd really like to get upper rather than lower or dual, but this was such a good trade structurally that I just felt, I had order flow momentum, background bias, and I did have one quant line. You can see, even as good as the quant lines are, the market's going to make moves without it. Now here was another very risky entry. But I'm beginning to see now we've got the quant lines perfect. You can take a little bit of leeway on these entries when you have dual quant line confirmation. Now here is the ultra conservative trades, the move up, retracement right to the 50, and the move up 32 ticks. Then the same retracement. This is a little risky because the market was overbought, and we were up for 9. So we got a huge move, a 32 tick move, 9 tick move, and really let's see what we've done. Nothing else. This was a move without any quant line confirmation. And we're not going to pick up every move that the market makes. That's the whole point of the platform, is to define risk. Now this was a very risky continuation short to a quant line confirmation, and bam, the market goes down. So what we wound up with today was 5 winners and a loser on the Russell. We went 12 ticks. One contract off at 5, one at 10, one at 8. 32 ticks. I closed way too early. 1 at 5, 2 at 8. We got 9 tick on the Russell. 1 at 5, 2 at 8. Then it was a 10 tick loser. That was 30 ticks. 3 contracts at 10. Crude 9 ticks. 1 at 5, 2 at 0. And then gold was 12. 1 at 5, 1 at 10, 1 at 6. Our net equity for the day was $610. Net ticks was 63, which is really not particularly relevant. The auto trader had no trade so far. So we traded ultra conservatively today, maybe a little bit too conservatively, but we wound up with over $600 of profit, and we're just going to continue. I think, I have my thumb on the quant lines. They're very, very helpful, and they're a nice addition to the platform now that we have them down perfectly and they work exactly the way we want them to work. This is really, now we've got them. So it cost us 2 big losing days. We lost about $800 a day, not a small drawdown, about $1,600 and change. But we'll make it back. We're looking to close out the week at even, and from there, leverage these quant lines to bring us a nice profit, really, on multiple additional moves that we get as we trade throughout the week. And they really, really are extremely helpful in predicting market direction. This is a great trade on a break of the 15. Unfortunately, it took place at 4:25 in the morning. So we encourage everyone to come in on a free trial. We have a lot of people in there now. They're all staying, even despite the fact that we did take 2 losing days, and the losing days were significant because we rolled out a brand new indicator. So we encourage you to sign up for a free trial to our live trading room. If you've had a trial, we'll give you another one. If you want to see the quant lines, go to www.rightlinetrading.com. I'm going to put up the website. Here's our live trading room results. Now we haven't posted. We have to bring it up to date, and we will. You'll see our 2 drawdown days and today's. These are our auto trader links to our auto trader net equity. Here's a link to our free trial. Just click here for the free trial, and here's a link to our newsletter. So we encourage everyone to come into the room on a free trial. We'd really like to see you there. I think you will be impressed with our trading. And the quant lines are really a unique indicator. No other platform analyzes multiple correlative markets that really give you additional predictive value. I mean, if 5 markets are going in the direction you want, remember on the ES, top line rules in a very big way. And what you do is you don't look at the quant line. We don't trade indicators. What we do is we look for a perfect entry and look for quant line confirmation. And that's the way to trade. So if you look here, quant confirms entry. And now we're going into the middle of the night, but this is a loser I took yesterday, and we had quant confirmation. It just didn't go. But here's the short. The absolutely perfect short that I did not take, where we had dual quant confirmation, because the quant lines were functioning differently. And what we would have had was a gigantic win. That would have been a 5.25 point win right there. Quant line confirms. Now comes back, but all down you go for a very, very nice win. Quant line confirmation on an absolutely beautiful short. We didn't get these beautiful setups today, but they were there yesterday. But we couldn't leverage them yesterday because the speed of the quant lines were just wrong. And now that they're right, yesterday we would have made enough money on the ES alone to walk out of the room with $600 of profit, and instead we walked out with a fairly large drawdown. But that's just not going to happen again. So listen, everyone, have a great afternoon. Hope you'll come into the room for a free trial. I look forward to seeing you there. Take care.